got up really early, rode the bus to the airport, and flew to Atlanta. And there was a bunch of delays and stuff, so we didn't get there until later in the afternoon. I had never flown through Atlanta. A lot of people have because it's such a big airport. But I just remember pre-mission, I mean, I looked up a lot of stuff about Atlanta, of course, and, it's this big city. I remember flying, the pilot coming on saying we're approaching the Atlanta airport. And I just looked out the window, and it just looked like a jungle. Like, there's just green trees. I couldn't see a city at all. And I was like, I thought this was a city I was going to, and it looks like the jungle. Just because it's so green, there's so many trees. And then I remember, stepping out of the airport, and it felt like I was breathing through a straw. It was just so humid, and you could taste the air, And it was really hot. It was middle of July. My mission president and the assistants, they were there. They picked us up, drove to the mission. Actually, we drove to a chapel, actually, and they had dinner there for us. And I just remember it just being, like, unbearable to be outside. It was, like, the humidity. Well, I was in a suit and everything, so. But I was just like, wow, it's hot here. And it's not just hot, it's, like, sticky and wet hot. Like, you just sweat and it doesn't go away. And that was my first impression. I was like, wow, this is a cool place and everything, but it is hot and it's wet. And it was also kind of crazy coming from Utah, where you have the big mountains and everything. There's no mountains there, it's all flat. And then there's all the trees, and that kind of makes it kind of a little bit claustrophobic. You just always feel that there's just, you're surrounded by trees. You feel like you're in the woods, even if you're in the city, in the suburbs, like, you're in the trees. And you can't see very far. There's no landmarks or anything, so it kind of was a little claustrophobic. But I learned to really enjoy it. And then when I got back, actually, it kind of freaked me out how open Utah was. So